back, everyone. We are live at Fiserv Forum this morning, where the Milwaukee Bucks will be facing off against the New York Knicks tonight. It was 1 year ago today that the NBA suspended its season because of COVID-19, and it had a major impact on the Bucks and the entire city of Milwaukee and, of course, the country. This morning, we are going more in depth with Milwaukee Bucks President Peter Feigin, who joins us live this morning to talk about this 1 year anniversary. Peter, good morning. Thanks so much for your time today.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
So, Peter, let's go back to 1 year ago. First of all, how did you learn that the NBA was suspending its season? And do you remember what your thoughts were about it at the time?
Yeah, I was literally like in the offices at Fiserv Forum with our general manager, and I looked at him and said, what do we do now? And he looked at me and said, what do we do now? And we called the league office, we called the team, we called our head of human resources, and we literally, like in a couple hours, emptied out the offices and asked everybody to stand by till we knew what was going on.
You don't need to evacuate or anything, do you, Peter? The fire trucks or whatever's happening there.
So far, safe.
Are you safe? Okay, cool.
I'm safe.
Continuing to talk about this amazing day, though, the NBA shut down before anyone ordered you to. So you sort of led the way, not just for other sports organizations, but then quickly after, we've talked about the dominoes falling. I feel like that was the moment that this sort of became real for everyone.
Yeah, I think we took a quick protective step, like right away, and that really made us kind of, by default, a leader in how to react and how to plan for navigating the COVID season nobody had been through before. So we took a lot of time. We really collaborated as a league. As you guys know, we kind of got through the spring and started to restart it for our playoffs in a bubble in Orlando. Relaunched the season as we got into December. And now we're repopulating the arena. So like an incredible journey.
When we talk about the bubble at the time, was the NBA and were the Bucks, were you all for having some sort of season, or was there ever any talk of maybe just canceling the season altogether?
No, I think when you talk about professional sports and entertainment, when you talk about like where the consistency is and what you do not want is a pause, in the action. What you want is to continue as much as possible. I mean, it's very challenging to exist at 25%, at 50%, but boy, it's impossible to continue to exist or try to flourish at 0%. So I think like as we built up, it was really important for us to sustain the product and still be out there.
Let's look a little bit forward now, Peter, as things are, as you indicated, starting to open back up a bit. You do have some big shows scheduled for Fiserv Forum in September. Are you confident that you can do those shows? And are there things that have changed forever in how you'll put on those major events?
I think there's no question there's a new normal. I think like looking at September, I can tell you I'll answer that question by looking back a month. I didn't think we'd be where we are today a month ago, and things have changed like so quickly. I kind of put it on a 2-week schedule of what we have to react to and what's changing in the climate and where surges have been in COVID. And now we're at a place where we're thinking, if you told me 2 or 3 months ago that we'd be using the word herd immunity, somewhere in the next few months, I'd say, wow, that's beyond progressively optimistic. And now we're doing it. So I think we're pretty optimistic that as we get into the fall that we'll be able to operate at close to capacity, which means like in the concert business, like we'll be starting to put on concert productions.
All right, Peter Feigin, president of the Milwaukee Bucks. Peter, thanks so much for your time and your insight. And let's go Bucks playoffs, right?
Yes. Next game tonight. Thank you, guys.
You bet, Peter. Good to see you again. Quick look outside.